Welcome to the Getting Unstuck podcast, where we dive into all things law of attraction, manifesting, and what is keeping you stuck in your current reality loop and how to turn it around. My name is Anya and I am your host. Reality is old news. If you're a student of law of attraction, then you will have heard the phrase that reality is old news, and it may well make sense to you, or you may be thinking, what the hell does this even mean? This has been one of those mind-bending ideas for me, because when I first heard it, I thought that this just doesn't make sense. How can reality that I'm living right now be old news? I'm only living it right now. Then what is real and what isn't? And what is it that I'm supposed to do to change things? Or what am I supposed to do to prioritize to get what I want? And that's the mindset of the human experience. One who isn't aware yet of how things work. Reality is old news is such a simple but powerful statement, and I think that it is a truth that we can easily understand, but equally a truth that we easily forget. And it's only in those difficult times when we get reminded of it that we find comfort in it. That the here and now, the reality of right now, isn't all there is. That there is another way, and we can change the reality that we are living. And that is the truth. The reality that you are currently living is old news. This isn't the life sentence that you may think it is. No, it is the version of life that has been sold to you by well-meaning people who probably don't know this truth for themselves. They never meant to cause you harm. They just told you what they believe to be true in order to try and help you adjust and manage your own life experiences. You are a part of the source, the universe, the creator, and that means that you are a creator too. You are here to remember who you are and how to create. This includes your life and the way you want it to be for you. You are the creator of your life experiences, all of them, whether you want those experiences or not. You are that powerful. The tricky part comes in when you want to create your life on purpose, to choose the life experiences that you want to experience, because for all of your life, you've been conditioned into the way of life that you've been living up to now. The idea that life happens to you and you just have to make the best of it all. And while you are living life this way, that is the truth for you. But it isn't the truth of you. The truth of you is that you are constantly creating. Every day, every experience is one that you have created. You may well not like a lot of the things that you've created and are therefore experiencing. But it doesn't change the fact that you have indeed created them. This is what happens that makes you create. You think about something, but it's not just a quick thought. It's a thought that evokes an emotion from you. So now this thought has your attention and it creates emotions based on that thought pattern. And because this is the emotional state that you stay in for a number of minutes or even a whole day, it begins the physical reality creation response. This is the start of the creating process. Once you focus in on something, some scenario or thought that you have in your mind, and you have an emotional response to it, it then begins to trigger an expectation within you. You now have an expectation in regards to your thought. Not only that, you also have a desire that is mixed in with your thoughts and focus. All of these are part of the contributing factors that create your physical experience. It gets enhanced by the habitual thoughts that you've been taught by your parents and your wider social circle. The stuff that you've had ingrained from a very young age to think, to expect, to feel, or not to feel. These are the more hidden manifesting factors that are often not very obvious. But when you are finding yourself experiencing a situation over and over again and not finding the root cause of where this comes from, then it may be worth exploring these unconscious conditionings. Let's put all of this into context by using an example to illustrate how we typically create our reality. You have recently come out of a relationship and your heart is still feeling a bit sore after the breakup. When you met him, it was like a meeting of souls. You felt connected to him in some way. You felt excited and the butterflies came alive. It felt so easy to fall in love, and he felt it too. It just worked. This time was so different. He understood you in a way that you hadn't been understood before. He made you feel good about yourself. All those insecurities about your body felt a bit better. All those feelings of not being good enough for him went away. You felt secure when you were with him. It felt so good. It was going so well. So when he started distancing himself, you were so confused. What is wrong, you wonder? Why is he doing this? Did you do something wrong? If so, then what did you do wrong? But you're too scared to ask, so you try harder to be low maintenance and understanding. You make sure that you are extra nice so as not to put him off anymore, and you hope that this is just a phase, that he'll get over it, and things will go back to being so amazing. Because they were amazing, which is why you are trying to play this out and not freak out to his face. But internally and in the privacy of your room, you are freaking out. All of your insecurities are being triggered in full force, and you wonder if it's your less than perfect body that has put him off. Or maybe it was the way you laughed too loud the other day. You are a bit conscious that you laugh a little bit too loud when you find something funny. Is that what it was, you wonder? Did you laugh too loud? If you did, then you can fix this. You can be more mindful next time and tame it down. Easy enough. But you can go on that diet again and lose those extra pounds and make sure that you can be good enough for someone as gorgeous as him. But somehow, nothing is really working. He is being distant and trying less and less to see you. You don't really know what else to do. So you try to persuade him to come over and you will cook him his favorite meal. So you can spend some time together and he can see what a catch you really are. And what a fabulous girlfriend you are because you remembered what his favorite meal is and that you can make it exactly how he likes it. But he cancelled last minute. So it's been a few weeks now since you last saw him, and the messages are sporadic too. You know that something isn't right, but you have no idea what and how to fix it. You simply go along with it, hoping that it will get better, that he will see how wonderful you are, and that he will change his behavior and come back to you. But after another week, he breaks up with you, saying that it's not you, it's him. He just isn't ready for a committed relationship. He tells you that he thinks you are terrific and that you deserve better. He just can't give you what you deserve. So here you are, heartbroken and confused. How did it all go from being a meeting of soulmates to broken up like this? And more importantly, how would you have created this? You would absolutely not have created this. This happened to you and you had no control over him and the way he responded. Unfortunately, this isn't true. You did create this. You didn't do it on purpose, but you did create it. Your desire for a loving relationship and your belief that it is available for you created that situation to come into your life. You knew that you wanted a wonderful man and a soulmate kind of connection. So when you met him, that is what you got, and it would have been reciprocated by him. He would have seen you as a soulmate connection too. The trouble would have started when you remembered your so-called shortcomings, the stuff that you thought less of yourself for, the awareness that your body isn't good enough, in your opinion. This idea that your body has to be different, smaller, more petite, etc., and your focus on that, this wouldn't have been an issue for him. It would have only have become an issue because you have already made it an issue with yourself. Your attention on it, your belief that it is so, and your emotions about it would have created that to be reality. The energy that you would have been radiating out would have been that of not good enough. Not because that is who you are, but because that is what you believe to be true. You may not say it out loud, But the energy vibration is a strong signal, and he would have picked up on that. This is not a conscious thing. It's a subtle and unconscious one. He wouldn't have had a negative feeling about your body. In fact, he probably thought it was fabulous. But your negative focus on it influenced him into thinking that there is something wrong too. The same thing would be applicable with your belief of not being good enough, of having to prove your worth by not being needy, not speaking up for yourself, and asking what is going on for him, placing all the focus and attention on him. You taking a back seat and tending to your needs and focusing only on his, making him the priority over you, believing that you don't get to ask for what you want, that as long as he is happy, that you will be happy too. But this kind of thinking is what makes you deny who you are, your needs and your desires. This energy of denial is an energy that he would have felt too, and he would have responded to this by not making you a priority in his life either. By agreeing to a date and then cancelling last minute and then ending it altogether shortly after, he was responding to your energy, your state of being. This may sound like he didn't have a choice in how he treated you. And in a way he didn't. You see, your energy is super powerful. It is creative. It's easy to get stuck on the negative outcome, but he responded to your energy in the beginning too. Your feeling state in the beginning, when you first started dating, when you were feeling really good, you were in the soulmate connection energy, and he responded to that energy by matching it with you. And all these circumstances are a response to your state of being. When you were feeling really good and in the energy of soulmate connection, you met someone who was a match to that energy. He was also in that energy state and he felt the connection too. But once you started going back to your habitual and probably unconscious state of feeling not good enough, that your body wasn't good enough, or that there's something wrong with you, that energy also creates. By going into that feeling place and focusing on those reasons that you have convinced that you aren't good enough, you magnify the emotion and you magnify its frequency. That means that because of your focused attention and your belief about it, you have created your reality. And because where your attention goes, energy flows. And the law of attraction says that like attracts like. This is the way that you create your life and why your reality is old news. The thoughts that you were thinking, the stuff you focused on, and the emotions that you had because of it builds energy. And when you focus on it, it gains momentum. This momentum builds and then brings to you what you are radiating out. The good news is that we don't create from a single thought. We have millions upon millions of thoughts a day, and not all of them, or even most of them, create our life experience. It's only those thoughts that we have repeatedly thought and which have created an emotional response that become a part of the manifesting cocktail. The trouble comes in when we don't realize what kind of thought patterns we are in. When these have become so normal that we don't notice them anymore, often these are thought patterns that we've been practicing for a really long time, as early as our childhood. Many of them are the results of beliefs that we've inherited from our parents, beliefs that have come inherent to us and ones we aren't consciously aware of anymore. But these beliefs are now standing in the way of us manifesting the life we really want. This is when it becomes valuable to look at the repeating patterns in our life, the patterns that are not in line with what we want, and patterns that may even have prevented us from having the life we really want. What is the common denominator? What kind of situation is constantly showing up that keeps generating the same kind of emotions from you? Do you find yourself in relationships where you keep getting cheated on? Do you feel that you are being taken advantage of? Do you keep ending up in relationships where your partner isn't emotionally available to you and only wants to do stuff or have sex? Whatever the common end result is for you, the feeling that you have, that is what you want to pay attention to. This is the information that will help guide you to what unconscious beliefs are running the show for you. Because if you have a deeply rooted belief that you are flawed in some way, that there must be something wrong with you, after all, why else would your partner treat you this way? Then this is the reality that you are creating. The partner that you are with is a match to that strong vibration that there is something wrong with you. They will treat you in a way that will confirm your belief. Their behavior will match the belief that you have that there's something wrong with you. So they will blame you for their bad behavior, or they will keep saying things to you that confirm your feelings that you are flawed because it upsets you, or because you care about this more than you should. The point of this example is that the behavior of your ex is responding to the energy vibration that you are emitting through your belief, thoughts, and focus. That doesn't mean that you deserve to be treated badly. It never means that. But it does affirm that your life experiences are reflecting back to you the energy vibration that you are emitting. That is all. So in order to experience a different reality, you have to look at what you are being right now. What thoughts do you mostly think? Are they thoughts that support you, or are they thoughts that tear you down? Because both of them have the power to create your life experience. By taking some time to really look at your experiences and holding each one of them up for examination, it will allow you to see the patterns of thoughts and beliefs that you have about yourself and how they correlate with what you are experiencing in your life. Doing this will allow you to see where your dominant thoughts and beliefs are. And once you have this valuable information, you can begin to turn things around. Oftentimes, even just becoming aware of your dominant thoughts and beliefs can bring about the change that you want. For example, when you know that you are in a dominant thought of not good enough, and you believe that the size and shape of your body are the reason that you have this belief, then it is much easier to question the validity and usefulness of that belief. But you do have to spend the time with yourself, a friend or a coach, to identify these limiting beliefs. Because if you are tired of going through the same kind of experiences over and over again, then you have to go to the root cause. You will have to change the programming that is creating your life experience. And that starts with your habitual thoughts and beliefs. Once you change those, you will change the way your physical reality plays out. You will know that reality is old news and it is responding to the dominant beliefs and thoughts that you have been allowing to run the show. Because they don't manifest instantaneous. There is a lag time, and so you may not be aware that those thoughts yesterday or this morning are what have created the tension in your home this evening. This is good news. So the next time you notice yourself in a funky mood and feeling not good enough, remember that it's okay to feel the feelings. It's okay to have a moment. Just don't stay there. Because if you stay there and you allow those feelings to take a hold of you to run the show, and to take you into a spiral of feelings of not good enoughness, more of those feelings will come and more situations will come in to confirm these feelings. But don't be afraid of your feelings though. They are valuable feedback to what state of being you are in. Allow them to move through you. Acknowledge them and the valuable feedback that they are. Then move through them and allow better feelings and thoughts to come in. But all of that is a whole nother podcast. I will close out this episode by reminding you that you are a powerful creator. You have the power to change your life experience by looking at what your dominant thoughts and beliefs are and by evaluating whether these are still true for you and whether they are serving you in the life you want to live. And if they are no longer serving you, then you are allowed to and able to choose new ones. It is possible.